Disney shuts down theme parks. Fans are being defiant, and the C word is getting out of control. Guys, Final Death Star here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, and let's keep this train rolling on down through 2020. All right, so this is coming from Bounding into Comics. It's like my new favorite news source. This is about Disney World, and it says here, Disney World guests defiant in the face of coronavirus. If I'm going to get sick and die, I might as well do it at Disney World, is a quote from one of the patrons who doesn't want to leave. Disney World guests are defiant in the face of coronavirus. The New York Times interviewed a number of Disney World guests who are unconcerned about coronavirus. Amy Kotherman, a mother of 3, children ages 3, 6, and 8, told New York Times, "We were worried about coronavirus as we saw things closing down and hoped we could still get on with our trip." Corey Higgins, a mother of 2, added, "Me and my husband have been monitoring things, but didn't feel the need to cancel our plans." She added, "We have wipes. We have hand sanitizer, we aren't elderly, and honestly, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. If I'm going to get sick and die, I might as well do it at Disney World." Dave Shillaby, who was visiting the park with his 11-year-old granddaughter, stated, "I don't ever want to think about living my life in fear. If you live in absolute fear, you'll be worried all your life. When it's your time to die, you could be lying in bed, on a plane, in a park, and you'll go. Others have taken a tour to express their defiance." And then here you've got quite a few memes, all in defiance of the Disney ban. A Disney spokesperson told New York Times that Disney World is taking extra precautions. "We have added additional hand sanitizers throughout the park, increased the frequency of cleaning and disinfections in high guest contact areas, and are providing information about good hygiene practices and illness prevention to our guests and cast members." While Disney World guests are defiant, guests at Disneyland here in California will no longer have the opportunity to attend the park. Disney has decided to shut down operations at Disneyland following Governor of California Gavin Newsom's decree that non-essential gatherings must be limited to no more than 250 people. While smaller events can proceed, only if the organizers can implement social distancing of 6 feet per person. 6 feet per person. That's quite a distance. How can you guarantee that? I mean, that just in and of itself seems kind of silly to me, but this is the decree from the governor of California. Gatherings of individuals who are at a higher risk of severe illness from COVID-19 should be limited to no more than 10 people, while also following social distancing guidelines. Disneyland announced they were shuttering operations on Twitter. Their statement reads, "While there have been no reported cases of COVID-19 at Disneyland resorts, after carefully reviewing the guidelines of the Governor of California's executive order, and it's in the best interest of our guests and employees, we are proceeding with the closures of Disneyland Park and Disneyland California Adventures, beginning the morning of March 14th through the end of the month." They added, "The Hotel of Disneyland Resort will remain open until Monday, March 16th to give guests the ability to make necessary travel arrangements. Downtown Disney will remain open." Downtown Disney is going to remain open, which is interesting because there's just as many people going through downtown Disney or close. I mean, it's not as big, but there are certainly going to be a vast number of people traveling through downtown Disney. So they're keeping the hotels open and the downtown area open, but they're closing the park. It seems like they're kind of giving in to peer pressure. They're maybe trying to avoid a PR nightmare here. If they keep it open and say there is a case of COVID-19 that pops up in the park, could be a PR nightmare. So, with all of the NBA, NHL, MLB, NCAA, everything that's being canceled or at least pushed back for a month or so, I think Disneyland's kind of following in suit here, especially with the governor's recommendation of anyone with any gathering of over 250 people that's not essential should be shut down. But anyway, Downtown Disney stays open, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work. His statement concludes, Disneyland Resort will work with guests who wish to change or cancel their visits and will provide refunds to those who have hotel bookings during the closure period. We anticipate heavy call volumes over the next several days and appreciate guest patience as we work to respond to all inquiries. Do you think they should shut down? Well, I'll ask you this. Do you think they should shut down, or is this all kind of mass hysteria? That's the article. I'll link it below so you can check it out. I don't know exactly how I feel about this. I'm back and forth. I'm conflicted. I've been following this for a while. At first, I thought it was way overhyped. Now I feel like there is more. Obviously, it's not the flu. It's more intense than the flu. And if you're elderly and have preconditions, then it is serious for you. If not, while you're young and healthy and still might be able to defeat it in your own body, there's still the risk that you can spread it and pass it on very easily. That's, I think, the main concern here is the ease at which it's increasing and multiplying and being able to pass this on. That's more of the risk, I feel, at least. That you have the chance of passing this on to someone who is elderly or has a precondition and then putting them in harm's way. So, like this article said, the family who said, we have hand sanitizer, we're young and we're healthy and we're not worried about it. Yes, but you can still be a carrier for it, even if it's not affecting you in a severe way. Doesn't mean it's not going to, be passed on to someone that's close to you. So there's a ton of concerns here. I do think the media is sensationalizing it to a point, but again, we don't know that much about it yet, and I have my American point of view. In Italy, from what I've heard, it's different, and they view it very severely. So, we might not have the full effect of it here in America, and God willing, we don't see that. But again, MLB, NBA, all these huge institutions have closed the doors or at least pushed back their events. And I never would have thought that would have happened a week ago, let alone a month ago. So it's tough to say. We don't know exactly where this is going to go. But so for Disney closing the parks, I don't know. I guess it's in a way responsible of them because they do have to consider guest safety as number one. So I think it is responsible for them to do this, regardless of whether the media is hyping it up a little bit or not, because there still is the risk that you could be a carrier. Even if you're young and healthy, you could still contract it and give it to someone else who might not be so lucky. So there's a ton of considerations, and I think Disney's trying to do their best right now with the parks. They first had announced that they were not going to shut down, and then, a couple hours later retracted that and said that they would shut down the parks, or at least Disneyland, Paris, a few of the parks. Hong Kong, I believe, were going to shut down, and we'll see where it goes. But interesting article. People are being defiant. Not everyone's taking this as serious as other people. There's two spectrums here. People are going mad and thinking it's the end of the world, and then there's people that don't give a hoot about it and think it's all just media sensationalism and there's nothing serious about it. And I honestly think both camps are wrong. I think they're both too extreme. But, that's just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Thank you for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and do subscribe to the channel. I very, very much appreciate that. And until next time, lock the doors and hope they don't have blasters.